Greetings. Welcome to this week's DigiScrap layout. I'm Anita with BeanDesigns.com. I'm so happy you're here sharing in my journey. This week's layout is the second page of the two-page layout I started last week. Check out week 8's video for the first page. So I started by opening a new image, 3600 pixels by 3600, which is the equivalent of a 12 by 12 inch page at 300 pixels per inch. I brought in 3 background papers, 1 digital paper for the background and 2 digital papers to be used for photo mats. Then I brought in 2 photos. I'm going to scale the photos. So the first one I'm going to scale at 1200 pixels wide. Please note here in the toolbar of the scale tool that you can click Keep Aspect or use the Shift key in addition to using the lock on the extra menu. You can also click Around Center. So you notice when I'm choosing the 2400 width on the large photo that it scales from the center. So now I'm going to use my move tool and move these photos into place. Move the big one over to the left and the smaller one will go on the right, which will line up with the other 3 photos that were on the left page that we did last week. I'm noticing here that the layer does not recognize the scaled photo. So I'll need to go to the layer menu at the top and choose scale to content, crop to content. I'm also going to choose the image menu and do the guide. I'm going to set a guide at 1500. That's where I aligned the photos on the left page at 1500, so I can align the right photo here at 1500 along the top edge of the photo. And then I can, when I'm done, I can send it away. I can close all the guides. I'm going to now crop my back my mat. I'm going to cut the digital paper to be a mat. So I'm going to use the crop tool to outline a selection just larger than the photo and then apply the crop tool, which does away with everything outside my selection. And I'm going to do that for the second mat as well. When I'm done with this, I'm going to pull in my elements using the drag and drop method from the file where they're stored on the computer. I'm going to bring in a bow and some flowers and a lacy doily. You see that I was not careful as to what layer I was on when I started bringing those in. So I had to hide the big photo so that I can see my items that came in. And I'll need to reorder them in the layer palette to put them in the right place where I need them to be. So we're going to move the lacy doily to be underneath everything and the ribbon there to be on top. I'm going to want to size the flower to be smaller. So we'll move that into place and then use the scale tool to reduce its size. I'm going to duplicate that because I want 3 small flowers to be at the bottom. And you can see you can always undo what you do. Go to Edit, Undo Move, because I grabbed the wrong layer. So pull my flowers down to their new area, and they're too big for the area. So I'll need to use the scale tool once again and make them smaller. And you'll see that it's scaling from this around the center because we have that around center checked in the tool menu. So I'm going to duplicate the smaller one after I deleted the larger ones. Duplicate the smaller flowers and put them into place. I'm going to want to rotate them similarly to what I did in the other page. So if you have the layer active and you apply the rotate tool, then you can rotate the first one and apply that. Rotate it, apply it, change the layer, rotate it, apply it, change the layer, rotate, and apply. So the next thing is to add shadows. I'm going to add shadows to the bow. I'm going to do something different with the lace. I'm going to duplicate the lace layer. I'm going to right click Alpha to Selection. Going to feather the selection by 25. I'm going to reduce the selection by 5. Then I'm going to delete everything that is selected. And then what's remaining, I'm going to apply the multiply mode to it. Then do select none. I'm going to add shadows to my ribbons, my flowers. Then I'll go in, ink the edges on the photos and ink the edges on the photo mats. As always, I am very grateful that you watched this video and that you're joining me in the journey as I'm creating and documenting 52 DigiScrap layouts in 52 weeks. So check out the channel for other layouts and detailed videos of how to use GIMP when you're creating your digital scrapbook pages. Feel free to subscribe if you'd like to follow me along as I'm doing my journey. The information on the digital kits that I used in this layout can be found in the description of the video. How are you coming on preserving your memories? Have you created something lately? Leave me a message and let me know. I can rejoice with you. Bye bye until next week.